Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you guys could join us once again. For those tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad that you all could be with us today. Have a very special guest that's joining us today that has a great project on Amazon we're going to be able to talk about. So we're about to connect with our friends over on the Amazon Live platform so you all can be able to not only to meet him, but also to be able to get his music as well. We're now connecting with Amazon there, and he has his project there on this shirt too. This is my friend DC White. He's making his first appearance with us on the Amazon platform. We've had him on our other shows in the past, but he has a very special project he's celebrating that's just in time for the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. And we're now live on the Amazon Live platform with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the new project by our next guest. Recording artist DC White is joining us today. I know him as DC White, the Buffalo Soldier. He's celebrating the project you guys see there on your screen. It's called What About Us? He's holding it up there. I'm going to put it up on the screen for you guys as well. This is the special deluxe edition, the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. I want to talk to DC not only about his love of music, but what it's been like for him to share that with all of you, and also what he hopes you're able to take away from the new project as well. DC, welcome to the broadcast, man.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, Cyrus, for having me. It's always a pleasure to work with you, my brother. I appreciate the platform.
Well, look, man, glad to do it. DC and I go way back. We've known each other for years. Again, from my home state of Mississippi is where I met him, but he's been all over the place, and his music has been all over the place as well. Tamika, hello to you over there on Facebook. Good to see you, Tamika. So, DC, I want to talk about this for you because when I met you, I mean, you wear so many different hats. You know, people know you from music. As I
Yeah.
mentioned, DC White, the Buffalo Soldier. They know you also as a DJ. You're a radio personality yourself. What has
Yeah.
it been like for you, DC, to be able to share your love of music and history with the world?
Oh, this journey has been absolutely wonderful, man. And I just can't ask for no more than what the Lord has allowed me to have in this journey. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And, it's just good to see people like what you do.
Yeah. So take us back then, DC. I mean, again, I think, for you, and we're going to talk about the connection to Hurricane Katrina here in a moment. I've known this ever since I've known you. This is what you've done. When did you first realize your love of history and music?
Who, when I was probably 13 years old,
Sure.
I was very captivated. I went to a private school, right, and they would they would instill history in us, and I was always fascinated with Truman and things like that, and our culture. Of course, I was always, enthused by, don't want to get too political, but coming over here on the boat, and I just always wanted to know, where I come from, and
Right.
where I'm going, basically. And
Yeah.
I feel that the music today doesn't cover that. And I'm not down on nobody or nothing like that. I just think that in this era, and especially in this era, in this music, especially hip hop, we have a little more to say than what's being said.
Yeah. And you've been able to do this in a way that you've been able to reach different audiences, DC. And again, since I've known you for so long, I've seen you've been able to have music that the kids can be able to enjoy, something the adults can enjoy. They're not only able to have a good time, but also to learn something. Has that been part of the reward for you, knowing that you're able to do what you love, but also to educate along the way as well?
Oh, most definitely, man. It's always a pleasure. If I could reach one person with what I'm saying, then I done done my job, man. But it's so amazing how people come up to me and they remember me going to all the schools. We went to schools. I met you over 20 years ago, Cyrus, when we
Hmm.
was members of the Mississippi Arts Commission.
Hmm.
And I was doing schools and you were doing schools, and it was just a good connection that I met
Hmm.
you in networking.
Yeah.
But as far as the schools, as far as the history side of it, I always wanted to teach. and I just didn't have the discipline or the courage to just go in a classroom and draw on a blackboard. So I said I would teach through music.
Yeah. And one thing I've always respected about you, DC, and one thing that I'm a firm believer of too, is not waiting on permission from other people to do things, because you were there. I mean, you were creating your music from the very beginning. I mean, you were involved in all of it, the mixing, the master, all of that process. Have you
Yes, sir.
found that that's also been important for you to have that control when it comes to your music and how you're able to share your music?
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't by choice. It's because I had to do that. I had to be the
Hmm.
engineer. I had to be the producer. I had to be the artist, because
Hmm.
it was just a lot of people at the time, they wasn't interested in the way I was doing the hip hop. They wanted the shake your pants type deal. And so
Correct.
yeah, I said shake your pants. But the thing is that music is what we make it, man. And
Yeah.
we can make it good or we can make it bad. It's just how the artist perceives his audience.
Right.
And I feel like it's like a painting. No one knows what you're gonna paint to after you paint it. And that's the
Hmm.
good thing about recording. When you record, you don't know how people are gonna receive it. You
Right.
just put it out there and hope that people receive it well. I
Yeah.
was just I was just talking with a guy yesterday. He said, "Man, you remember when you made it to BET?" I said, "Yeah." I said, we made it to BET, Cyrus, and I'm sure you remember that with the Martin Luther King project,
Hmm. Yeah.
without a major record company. That
Yeah.
is very hard to do. So
Right.
that's when I realized that, hey, I must have something to say if BET picked it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was very, very, very excited and very pleased with that.
Yeah. That's a great segue then, DC, to What About Us when you initially released it. So talk to us. I'm going to highlight it for our audience over on the Amazon side. How did that project initially come about?
Um, the pro the project was actually done 20 years ago,
Hmm.
right? At the Katrina happened.
Hmm.
It was the first recordings were made in 2005, but I hooked up with world now producer Sites, Precise they call him, and he's responsible from Big Boy Records. He's responsible for Mystical, Partners in Crime. You name all those cats that came out of New Orleans at that time. He's responsible for them, and I was fortunate enough to team up with him to do this deluxe album, which I'm holding in my hand now. And
Yeah.
what we did is that we showed where Katrina was at those many years ago when I wrote those songs. So we enhanced them. We took the whole beats out and put new fresh beats, up to date beats with it. We remastered it. We did all that good stuff with it. Plus we put more songs on the album. And
Hmm.
it's a journey, it's a story from where we come from to where we at now in New Orleans with Katrina. And I for one side of it is kind of slow, and I wouldn't say depressing, but it makes you feel the pain of what people were feeling. Like I had one song called Rising Waters, where I take you back to a person that's stuck in the attic and
Hmm.
can't get out. And the
Yeah.
water's just steady rising. And that's what I say in the song. The water's rising, rising, and it's not gonna stop. So stuff like that. And then on the flip side of it, you have the happy songs that you can shake your pants songs, as I say, to our culture. Put your umbrellas up.
Hmm.
My city, the water's gone, on Katrina victims, let's move on. And so, it's a journey. It's a must-have album, I tell you that. And
Yeah.
it's on Amazon, it's by the way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like I said, we have it highlighted them. I'm about to show them the playlist there. Chris is joining us over on Facebook. He says we share a similar journey, artistry out of necessity. I don't know if you remember Chris, DJ Down South. Do you remember
um,
Chris Urban DC? Uh,
I was he
it may have been a minute since you've seen him, but he's joining us
Yeah,
over
yeah. I'm
there.
sure if I see his face, I can't see nobody.
Yeah,
I'm sure if I
right.
see his face, I would know who he is.
Gotcha. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so they can see you were going through the playlist there, DC. So I can show them here on Amazon, share the playlist with them. So there again,
Okay.
here we are on Amazon with What About Us, a special deluxe edition, the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. As you can see, the songs here that DC was just going through. Tell Me Why, Rising Waters. He just mentioned that one. History of the Nine. What About Us? There it is, the title track there. New Day, My City. We Do, Umbrellas Up. And again, you all can be able to get them individually here on Amazon, or you can be able to get the entire project there. So if you just click on your purchase options, you'll see you can get the entire album for $7.92 here on Amazon, or you can be able to get the individual songs. Like if you just want to get Rising Waters that you heard DC talk about, you can see you can get it there for only 99 cents. We're going to remind you of that as well. DC, because of what you do, and as you said, one of the gifts that you've been able to do is to share history. What has it been like for you to reflect on the 20 years since Katrina?
Oh man, it's I couldn't believe that it came around so quick. But back to the album, I just want to let you know that it's also on vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
We have a vinyl edition of this because we wanted to make it special. And like I said, reflecting, I had 28 people in my house when Katrina hit, and we just had moved in our home, and all the family members from New Orleans had to come here, and that was an experience.
Yeah.
And we got together. Everything was nice. You know, some of them I get a little sad about because some of them are gone now. They have transitioned, they died. And I think about the good times we had when they were here, and I was glad that I was able to offer my home to them to
Yeah.
come in, and we didn't have no bad experiences of them leaving on a bad note or anything like that. And that's what
Right.
I I I take from Katrina. But I also think about it, so many hidden stories, Cyrus, that we're finding out about. I just found out that a young lady that stayed down the street from me where I grew up at in New Orleans, Lower Ninth Ward, she perished. Her name was Joni, and she
Mm.
perished in the flood. There's so many people still not accounted for. They're still a missing,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, I don't see too much would have been done down there for 20 years. We still have abandoned houses. We still have lots that's unkept. It's a mess.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and it really does show. It puts it in perspective, DC. Again, like you said, 20 years it has gone by really fast. But to think about what hasn't been done in that time,
Yeah.
Tamika says, much success to you, DC there. And I want to
Oh,
say for
thank
you guys
you.
on YouTube, I see you guys over there as well. I appreciate the hearts over there. I appreciate the love. If you guys have any questions or comments for DC, you guys can put those in the chat as well. Those on Facebook, LinkedIn as well. Make sure you guys let us know if you have any questions. And then for you guys over on the Amazon side, as I mentioned, you all can be able to get the project there or get the individual singles. And as you heard DC say, there's also the vinyl. Vinyl, it's been interesting watching vinyl over the past 5 or so years. DC
Mhm.
really seem to be making a comeback. Is that one of the things you've seen too in your industry?
Yes, yes, I'm seeing it is making a very, very big comeback. And the
Hmm.
reason why is because we're not really getting paid like we should on streams.
Hmm.
And so I think people are going back to the basics, the
Gotcha.
CDs and the vinyl,
Hmm.
because there's one thing about it is you can pick it up, you can hold it, you can
Hmm.
touch it,
Yeah.
and, all it is what at Walmart, well, at Amazon it's a
Hmm.
$30 for a record player, something like that. You
Hmm.
can buy the record players on Amazon.
Hmm.
Can
Yeah.
you? I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can. You can.
Okay. And
Yeah.
yeah, you just put it on the needle, and it's just
Hmm.
like when you was growing up,
Hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
a very it's a better quality sound to me than to keep going through all them transfers and stuff for when you have streams.
Got you. Got you. That's a really good point. And so you would know that being in that industry, a lot of
Oh
us would
yeah,
not even,
yeah.
not a lot of us would not even, realize that. But yeah, it's a really good point about, for one thing, the artists, because we even see a lot of mainstream artists seem like they're putting up vinyl. Now, Taylor Swift is real big on putting her
Yeah,
albums out on
yeah.
vinyl as well. So
Justin
I know,
Timberlake too.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know that's a big thing. So talk to us about the changes you've seen, DC. You're a good person to talk about, because as I mentioned, when I first met you, I knew you as DC White, the Buffalo Soldier. You mentioned the Mississippi Arts Commission. Shout out to them, the great
Yeah.
work that they were doing. I was saying to you earlier, I had a friend of mine that was on the show that I was talking to earlier, and I was telling her about what you've done with history. Do you find that people are losing some of that history, DC, when it comes to knowing about the Buffalo Soldiers, knowing about what they did and the role they played? Are you finding that history is being lost, or
Oh,
what's been your
most
experience?
most definitely the history is being lost, and we're taking, because the teachers and everybody has got older now, and we're missing a whole generation. I think we're
Okay.
missing a whole generation of people to not know what the contributions that African Americans have made um, in this great United States, should I put
Hmm. Hmm.
it?
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
um, the answer to your question is that we need to do more. We need to educate our children. We need to learn more ourselves. Like, I'm still finding history of lost cities, and so many cities were burned down because African Americans were prospering and was building up, and they were burn them down and literally kill them for rising up. And so a lot of people don't know those stories. There's so
Yeah.
many stories you could tell in history. I probably won't be here for all the stories I want to tell.
Yeah. Well, we're so glad though, that you are marking this anniversary though,
Oh
DC,
yeah.
and being able to share this again with the world. So again, the project here on Amazon is "What About Us" Special Deluxe Edition, the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. As you see, as you heard DC mention, you can get the vinyl, or you can get the digital as well. And definitely make sure you guys share it with your friends there too. DC, really appreciate you stopping by the show today. How can our audience stay connected with you, man?
Oh man, they could go to dcwhitenationradio.com,
Okay.
or they could go to my Facebook page, DC White, Calhoun Dwight, on Facebook, and
Okay.
DC White underscore 504 on Instagram,
Okay. Great.
and DC White Nation Radio on YouTube.
Got it. Well, DC,
Yeah.
congratulations to you, man. So
Well,
glad we had a
thank you,
chance to
Cyrus.
reconnect on this
Yeah.
project and looking forward to our next chat together, man.
Yeah, I'm always excited to come on your show, Cyrus.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the
Yeah.
love and appreciate the friendship over the years as well. Keep up the great
Yes.
work, man.
Thank you, Cyrus. I mean, Cyrus. I don't know why I keep saying that name, but anyway, one more thing, that if
Yeah,
they
yeah,
want to
sure.
get
Yeah.
a vinyl,
Hmm.
they can call me 601-454-3287, and I
Okay.
can to them.
Got it. Got it. And we do thank you, our audience, for tuning in. It's another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Make sure you guys do get the album "What About Us." Again, the special deluxe edition that's available now. It's a great opportunity for you to be able to not only get some history, but also to have something to be able to connect with one of the powerful events that's happened in our country, and that, of course, is Hurricane Katrina, with the 20th anniversary edition of that. We thank you all for being with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, for our Amazon family as well. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.